Hi, this is a story from my Dungeons & Dragons game. The party was in an old and secret tomb trying to kill an undead warlock for research purposes. It's a long story, don't worry about why. Anyways, they made their way through the tomb, battling spirits and various undead before finally reaching the lair of this undead warlock, the Lord of Irons. They fought this Lord of Irons in a fierce battle. Jim and Argo were knocked unconscious, but Franklin, having only one hit point left, managed to land the killing blow on the undead warlock. They searched around the lair, looking for loot, as a party typically does, and found some odd things. The first was a mural painted on one of the walls, dozens and dozens of humanoid figures kneeling in a pyramid formation, and at the top was a black, hollow circle. The outer ring contained a bunch of tiny white specks, and the inner ring seemed to have a cluster of tiny, painted eyeballs. The other thing they found was a strange pitch-black rock on a pedestal. Similar to the outer ring of the mural, this was also covered in tiny white specks. Curiosity got the better of Jim, and he decided to pick up the rock. As soon as he touched it, an image flashed before his eyes. Some kind of black sludge roiling and folding on itself. The image lasted only a moment, but it was followed by a searing headache. Satisfied with their work, the party made their way out of the tomb to begin their journey back to town. Later that night, as the party was settling down to sleep in their camp, this is what Jim experienced. The previous vision from touching the strange rock lingers in the back of your mind. You have a hard time falling asleep, tossing and turning, but eventually you slip away into sleep's embrace, and it's comforting. For a brief moment. It doesn't make any sense, but you see the pitch-black darkness shift in front of your closed eyes ever so slightly. The darkness begins to fold inward on itself, and then it begins stretching and folding to the very edges of your vision and even further beyond. The blank darkness turns into the familiar black sludge you saw not too long ago. You feel like you're falling, being pulled towards it endlessly. You see the familiar tiny white specks of light appear before you. Then you finally understand it. The little white specks appear to be stars. Hundreds, no, thousands of them. But as the sludge expands into infinity, the stars remain locked in place as if they've been burned into your vision. You feel each star gazing back upon you, studying you, learning every single minute detail about you. You feel them creep into your mind, bathing in every thought you've ever had. The sludge continues to roil and churn silently. It feels like you've been staring at it for days now, you're sure of it, but that can't be right. You went to sleep only a few moments ago. No, it's been days. You're certain. Your stomach feels like it is endlessly dropping. You can't blink. You feel compelled to stare into whatever this is. Your eyes are in searing pain. You feel your heartbeat thumping in your ears. Your brain has an unbearable pressure on all sides, while your skull feels like it's being pulled apart in every direction at once. You reach out towards the sludge, towards the stars, towards something, anything. You're awake. On your back, arm outstretched, reaching into the air. Franklin and Argo are asleep beside you. It's still night. The fire crackles, and the crickets chirp in their constant rhythm.